Hello everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio. Today I'm sharing with you my Pick a Stick Challenge Altered Shipping Tag Challenge. This one has 4 prompts, and the Pick a Stick Challenge, as you guys know, is a challenge that is offered on a Facebook group, and it is based on randomly drawn one-word prompts. So this one has 4 prompts. It has a wild card if you don't like one of the prompts, and then it has a color, and the color is turquoise. So I wanted to play with my new StencilGirl StencilClub stencils for the month of April. I haven't touched them yet really, and I just wanted to see how they would look on a tag. So I picked out some different colors of Dylusions paint. This is acrylic paint. And I'm just stenciling the different designs from the club stencils right onto the tag, starting with a chocolate brown color and then moving on to some other colors. So the Stencil Club is something that you join, and then each month you pay a fee, and then you get 3 stencils, a 9x12, a 6x6, and a 4x4. And they go with each other. They're all designed by the same person. They're designed to work together. And for this month, April, they have a lot of game symbols on them, like game boards and game pieces and chips and just things like that. I thought they were interesting. I'm not sure that I will ever have an application for them that has to do with games, because I don't really, I mean, we do play card games, but we don't usually play much board games anymore, except for maybe Scrabble. My husband and I like to play Scrabble, and we like to play card games. So I'm not sure, you know, what I would use them for specifically for that. But I tell you what, they've got great designs. They're just grid designs and interesting patterns that you can use in any way that you like. And so I just decided to keep layering them onto my tag with different colors. I just picked a colorway. I got turquoise, which is the color of the challenge. I've got some orange, I've got some brown, and I've got some green. And they're just, I don't know, just colors that I think go well together, and it's just what I felt like playing with. So I started with the brown, then I moved to the green, then now I've got kind of the orangey red color. And I'm just using different sections of the different stencils in the set and putting one color over another, which is just making an interesting and colorful patterned background. And it doesn't scream, something like it's not saying anything. It's just patterns, kind of abstract a little bit, interesting patterns. This one, the 4x4, has some game pieces on it, and that gave me the idea of what my tag was going to be about. Before that, I didn't really have an idea. I just wanted to play with the patterns on the stencils. And I'm also using the color for this one, the turquoise. But it has probably game pieces that are more like maybe Parcheesi or something. I don't know. But the little, one of them just kind of reminded me of a pawn, a pawn shape from chess. And I used to play chess with my dad, except for he called them ghosts. And he called the knights the horses, and he called the rooks the castles. He taught me in a way that was maybe more interesting for a kid. So I just thought I would make it about about chess, even though none of these are really a chessboard or really a chess piece. But you know what I'm saying? I just felt like, yeah, I've always been fond of the queen in chess because she is the most powerful of the pieces. She can move backwards, she can move forward, she can move sideways, she can move any way that anybody can, and it makes her very powerful. And I just think that the symbology of that is really cool. A powerful woman in a game that was probably created by a guy, I would guess. So I just keep layering more colors and more colors. I think it looks pretty. I finally decide maybe I'm done layering, and I dry it. And then this is when I was thinking about the queen in chess, and I decide to make a chess piece queen, classic standard looking one that's, not too ornate, but interesting, and you can tell it's the queen if you're at all familiar with chess. So I just draw it on a scrap of cardstock that I had sitting on my desk. I could have drawn and painted it right over the background, but it just, it's hard to see, so it's easier to just draw it on a separate piece and then glue it on. These altered tags, I'm not too concerned about, the texture of it or whatever. It's a little art piece that I can send to someone in the future. So once I was satisfied with my pencil drawing, then I go ahead and outline it with the brush marker from my Faber-Castell Pitt illustration pens. These are permanent. They are India ink markers, so they won't smear or run when I go to paint it. And then I use the same colors as the background plus black and white in the Dylusions acrylics to paint the piece. And I'm giving it lots of reflection so that it looks as if the light is shining on it, and the colors from the background are reflecting off of it. Chess pieces are generally shiny. They're made out of plastic or wood or other materials, but they're generally polished and shiny. So I wanted to try to make it look as if it was shiny, and I'm doing that by just using the different colors as reflections on the shiny surface. I think it looks pretty good. But the reason that I used the colors is because I wanted it to coordinate with the background. I wanted it to look like it went with the tag. So I'm using the same orange, the same green, the same turquoise, and just a small brush and brushing them on there. This is the black queen. I don't know why. I don't know why I picked the black one instead of the white one. I just thought it would look cool. I don't know. I don't really have a preference of color, which color I play for, I don't think. No, actually, I do. If I'm given a choice of which ones to pick, I'll pick the black ones when I play chess. I haven't actually played it for a long time, but I should play it with my kid because he would probably be really good at it. It's a strategy and logic game. It can be very complex if someone's good at it. And I bet you he would be really good at it. So I just continue to apply the colors, coming back in with the black again to kind of clean stuff up where I got the colors in places that I didn't want. Wanted to keep the detail of the piece. And then the last one I put on will be the white. And of course I'm not waiting for the colors to dry, so the white does blend in a little bit to the other colors. The orange is kind of blending in too. It's not as clear, but that's fine. I like the way it turned out. So I bet you guys are wondering as you're watching me do all this, well, what happened to the prompts? The thing about Pick a Stick Challenge is you have to do the 4 prompts. You have to do them in order, but you can put anything before, after, or in between that you want. So I haven't even got to the prompts yet. I'm just messing around. It's because I wanted to play with the stencils. That's the reason. So there's my focal image. Happy with that. It is a pretty thick piece of paper that I cut out. So I'm going around the edges of the paper and coloring them with the black marker so that it would be white along the edges if I didn't do that. You'd have like this little white border where the paper's cut, and that wouldn't be so cool. So I am finally getting to one of the prompts. This prompt is sew. The first prompt is sew. I, I am missing my sewing machine. I don't know where it is. I was going to sew with my sewing machine, but then I thought, well, I can't find it. I looked in the closet. I looked in the studio. It's been put somewhere, and I don't know where. Maybe the garage. I'm not sure. But I have this little kit from my Stampin' Up! Days that has a template for paper piercing, and then it has a mat and a little like foamy mat. And so I pierced 2 rows of, of holes in the tag using the template so that it's all very straight. And then these fibers I got recently from Tanya McGuire. We're doing a hop on the 1st of May, and these were in my package. I didn't actually use them as part of my project, which comes out on May 1st, but I really like them and I think they're cool. So I decided to use the black fiber and the white fiber and make kind of a checkerboard design along the side of the tag. And that will be my sewn element. And it adds some texture, it adds some pattern. It kind of reflects some of the pattern that's in the background, kind of checkerboardy pattern that's in the background. And so I sew up one and then down, across, across, across. And I've sped this up. I probably should just cut it out because there's just so much of it. It takes a minute. So then I have the white, and oh, my black wasn't long enough, so I had to get another piece of black and then finish up my design. And then I got out the white and kind of just do the in-between lines all the way up to kind of complete the black and white checkerboard. So if you're playing chess, it would probably be on a black and white checkerboard type of a board, which is funny because it's called a checkerboard and you play checkers on it, but you also play chess on a checkerboard. Huh, never thought of that before. You know, squares, black square, white square, black square, white square, white square, black square, white square, black square. So once I'm done with that, that is my sewing, and it's just a design element up the side of the tag. The next one was crayons, so I got out my Dina Wakley scribble sticks, which are a kind of water-soluble crayon, and I color in with the white and black. The white doesn't show up that much, but just to make that design element stand out a little bit more. And then I make a shadow at the bottom because I don't like it when things are just floating. And then I use my baby wipe to smash around the color and blend it. That's not usually the way I blend. I usually blend with a water brush. But since the third prompt was smash, I just smashed it around with my baby wipe to get it to blend. And then once I was happy with that, I'm getting some light coming in on my desk from the window. It's now afternoon, and it just so happens that the next prompt is light, so it's kind of funny, but I took a white Posca pen and I made rays of light, and I use my water brush to kind of blend the white paint before it is completely dry. And I also brighten up some of the highlights on the chess piece with the white while I'm doing it. So it's like a light colored or light bright highlight as well. So I bring 3 rays like they're shining from the upper right corner across the tag for my light prompt. These prompts sometimes baffle people. Really, it is about what you think the word means. Light could be that you added a light color, but it also could be that you made something like light, like the light rays coming in. You know, smash could be anything that you're smashing onto the piece, anything, you know. It's just fun. It gives you a little bit of a boost to your creativity to try to think about what these words could mean in relation to your project. So it's good for your art soul to do challenges like this. So then to finish my tag, I needed some words, and so I printed them out using my Brother P Touch label maker, and the words say, "You can't win if you don't play," and that has a lot of different meanings. Um, I I capitalize play because you can't win at art if you don't play. You have to play. You have to play around with your stuff. I'm playing around with my StencilGirl stencils and my products and just seeing how things work, and that makes me win. I'm the winner. So if you've enjoyed this, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. Subscribe if you haven't already and turn on those notification bells so you know when there's a brand new video out. And of course, you can pin this on Pinterest, share it on Facebook. All those things really help my channel grow by helping other people find me that may not have found me before. I always appreciate that. And the last thing I did was to add a little bit of sari silk and leftover piece of that fiber from the black fiber at the top of the tag through the hole because I just like the way that looks. And that will complete my Pick a Stick Challenge Altered Tag Challenge for the month of April 2019. That's it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.